Hi everyone, it's a beautiful Thursday afternoon and we're on our way to SEALIFE Kelly Tarltons. We've arrived here at SEALIFE Kelly Tarltons and it looks like they've changed the way that you enter the aquarium. They've moved to timed advanced passes with a maximum capacity of 85 for a 1 hour 30 slot. They had a flash sale of 50% off tickets. I've got mine, we're ready to go, let's head in. As we walk in, we see that they've got some neon spray painted lines here to indicate that people have to stay 2 meters apart from each other. And a nice reminder that things are now advanced timed passes too. Immediately heading in, we've got a hand sanitizer station here and some really important information about COVID-19. Kelly Tarltons are using the yellow and white branding that the government have been using in all of their COVID-19 messaging. They're also implementing contact tracing here. We're about to head through a snowstorm before checking out the penguin enclosure. So far we've seen a lot of happy, smiling families with small kids and some school-aged children as well, even though school is back on. Let's head through. These guys went a really long time without seeing people, so they're extra friendly today. I wonder if they've been Zooming our friends Wellington at the Shed Aquarium. As we walk through the penguin enclosure, we can see that there are stickers on the floor that are encouraging people to stand 2 meters away from each other, and also some nice signage here on the window. Wow, look, they're so friendly. It looks like these little guys are getting ready for a keeper talk. These have been scheduled to encourage people to keep moving throughout the site. This guy just like ran over. Hello, wrong person. I don't have any fish. They have their touch screens available as well. So this is an experience called the Polar Plunge, and they get their guests to dip their hand into icy Antarctic water. It's still available to use, so let's try it out. Oh my gosh! Oh, that is so cold. I've noticed that all of their touch exhibits are still available as well. So this is a family area, lots of crayons, lots of things to draw on and things to touch, but there is hand sanitizer everywhere, and they're encouraging social distancing here with signs like this.
I really wanted to visit Kelly Tarlton. Pretty awesome to come back after being stuck at home the whole time. There are a lot of signs everywhere that say keep distance.
We're here in the cafe and we can see that the tables are really spread apart to encourage physical distancing. There definitely aren't as many tables and chairs here as there usually are. Behind me is an area where people can order food and drinks, and we can see that there's a perspex screen separating customers from the staff, and also some more stickers on the floor to encourage physical distancing. Keeper talks are usually scheduled in this area to keep people moving through the site. We can see that there are stickers on the floor to make sure that people are standing 2 meters apart when they're watching the show. Something that we've noticed in this area is that there is cleaning going on all the time, of tables, of chairs, of high touch surfaces. And it's really clear, something that all visitors can see when they walk around. And we're here in the Shark Zone, which is a highlight at SEALIFE Kelly Tarltons. It's so nice to be able to be surrounded by the relaxing music. I love the sign, it's hilarious. Hey Dan, thank you so much for joining us today. We're having a relaxing time here in the ocean tunnel. Tell us, what is it like to be back?
Yeah, it's awesome to be back. We've been open for, this is our 6th day since we've been open, and the response has been really positive from our visitors, and just really proud of our team and the way that they've taken on the different challenges and different ways of operating.
Dan, what operational measures have you taken into consideration prior to reopening?
Yeah, so we've looked at what the government has asked us to do, and then also looked at what's probably been best practice across some other industry or other visitor attraction sites globally. So here for Kelly Tarltons, we've looked at introducing timed capacity. So where in the past people could arrive at any time and come through the visit, now they're booking into timed sessions. So we've got a 1 hour window to enter, and then that's followed with our cleaner coming through and doing an enhanced clean.
Wow.
Before another group will then come through the building, and that's driven by having a 100-person capacity limit, which is a government direction. And then throughout the visit, we've positioned a couple of educational talks in our penguin display, and then in what we call Turtle Bay, where we deliver the educational talks timed with where we believe the visitors will be in their journey, and then just provide a bit of encouragement to move on to the next talk through the journey and move on, so that we keep that flow going through. And then on top of that, there's the additional safety measures, which is obviously increased hygiene stations around the site, and sneeze guards for staff, and PPE for staff, and then reviewing some of the experiences that we offer. So removing some of those experiences where close contact can't be avoided, and looking to operate differently some of the others where we feel that we can avoid that or limit that contact.
And Dan, we're seeing quite a lot of families here today, families with young children. Since reopening, have you seen a change in the demographic of your visitors?
Yeah, so families with young children is our core market. Certainly with the borders closed, we've seen a drop in the international market. That's very clear, and obviously the other impact that we're seeing is schools, which is a key market for us, and with schools being closed for a period of time, and us being closed for a period of time, that was a market that's gone, and that's a market that's going to take a long time, I think, to recover before schools can start looking at excursions again.
So with SEALIFE Kelly Tarltons being an aquarium, there are still animals that you have to take care of, even though the site is closed to the public. Could you tell us a little bit how that went behind the scenes?
Yeah, so positive animal welfare is obviously key for us, and we're a member of the Zoo and Aquarium Association, and so with that we're obviously essential workers, or deemed to be an essential service. So for us, our animal care team continued working through that time, and also our maintenance team to maintain the critical life support that goes with caring for those animals. So for us, one of the risks that we faced was a member of our team being compromised with COVID-19, and so we moved to a split model where we had Team A and Team B, and those teams didn't cross over. So a team would work 4 days, and then another team would come in and work another 4 days. And we really stopped anybody coming into our business who didn't need to be here. So that included me, and so I worked from home for the period of closure, because we just didn't want to bring anybody into the site, didn't need to be here, that could compromise our team.
And did you have to take any special considerations for the animals prior to reopening as well?
Yeah, so we, prior to closure, we'd perform a risk assessment just to look at all the different activities that we carry out. And so one of the things that we particularly looked at there was diving, and really restricting any non-essential diving that we needed to do. And so that really rolled out across everything that we do. Yeah, do we need to do it? Is it essential for the care of the animals? If it was, continue to do it. If it's not, let's park it for 4 to 6 weeks. And then pick it up again. And likewise, when we approached reopening, it was a case of then looking at our health and safety plan and what are the actions we need to put in there, and developing a risk assessment to go with that.
Walking into SEALIFE Kelly Tarltons, we saw a really great banner with COVID messaging and also a hand sanitizer station. Could you tell us a little bit about that and why your team decided to make that so clear to everyone coming in?
Yeah, it was important to us to not just meet our responsibilities as a business, but to go beyond that and provide a level of reassurance to not just our visitors, but to our staff as well, that by coming here, their safety is paramount to what we're doing, and we wanted them to we wanted to be quite upfront about the different measures that we've got in place, so people feel they can make an informed choice.
So SEALIFE Kelly Tarltons have gone cashless. Tell us a little bit behind that and how your guests have responded to it.
It's gone really well. So we've asked our guests to pre-book with us. So because of the capacity restriction of 100 people at a time, the only way to come in at the moment is to pre-book. So that means people are purchasing their tickets online, and therefore no cash is required. We've certainly had instances where guests have approached and offered to pay with cash, and to which our team have explained to them that we're only accepting card at the moment, and it's gone really well, so we're really pleased with that result.
And you've been open for around a week now. What has your feedback been from guests?
Yeah, we've been really pleased with what we've seen come back, and I think our guests are really pleased to see us open, and pleased to come in again. And I think one of the key pieces of feedback we pulled out after the first couple of days was that a visitor came with her 2 children, and she came both days that we reopened, and so that was really cool just to see that. Yeah, when we have announced that we're going to be open, there is a demand straight away, which is really pleasing to see. On the other side to that, I think we've asked, there's been quite a few changes that we've asked our guests to accommodate, and for our annual pass members, where previously they would walk in and just scan their ticket and come on in, we're now asking them to book into a session time, which has a limited capacity, and if that capacity is full, then they can't come in. So that's been quite a significant change, and we've had to work really hard on the comms around that and make that really clear and regular so that they know what to expect. And on the most part, they've been really understanding around the changes that we've had to put in place.
While we were all at home, Sea Life's important ocean conservation work continued. At Kelly Tarltons, this included turtle rehabilitation. And in the meantime, I've been a huge Animal Crossing enthusiast, and I've been building my own aquarium on my island. We're nearing the end of our SEALIFE Kelly Tarltons trip, and that takes us to the gift shop. What they're encouraging people to do is make their selection before picking or touching anything. Behind me we can see the Perspex screens separating staff from customers, and the contactless payment that Dan was talking about as well. I love seeing the Be Kind messaging that the government have used all throughout their COVID campaign. It makes such a fantastic culture amongst us Kiwis. We're at the end of our Kelly Tarltons trip, and we've had such a fantastic day. We've seen lots of happy, smiling families and lots of laughing kids around. Kelly Tarltons have done such an amazing job making sure that the space is safe and a great place to be.